Our next presentation series will focus on empowering MSMEs through global market integration, wherein our Consulate Generals will share their valuable insights on fostering international trade collaborations and growth prospectus for MSMEs. For this, I would like to invite Ms. Cristina, Chief Trade and Investment Officer, Republic of Ecuador, extremely sorry. I would like to invite Ms. Cristina, Chief Trade and Investment Officer, Republic of Ecuador, to kindly join us on the days.
Yes. Well, good afternoon. It is a pleasure to address this distinguished audience. It's lunchtime, so I'll try to be brief. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Bombay Chamber for this kind invitation. It is truly an honor to be here today to share perspectives on such important topic, which is the empowering MSMEs through global market integration. Well, before I begin, I would like to start with a very short video that actually captures the Ecuador's entrepreneurial drive and also the role that Pro-Ecuador plays in supporting MSMEs on their journey to the global marketplace. Can you please play the video? Thank you.
In Ecuador, light characterizes us, and it gives us a strategic advantage. The abundance of our land, it is the result of our privileged location and proximity to the sun. The light touches us all, and we'll all grow up under your heat. From tourism to agriculture, renewable energy and technology, production and investment. We are a beacon full of opportunities and talent. We strive to offer quality in every aspect. In this country, ideas come to life, businesses grow, and investments multiply. We are the light that illuminates the path to success, that illustrates the meeting points, the connection point to shine with big projects. As spokespersons for our country brand, we can promote Ecuador globally. It is a binding tool that integrates and enhances. By appropriating it, we send a central and unique message with the same lines of inspiration and identity that ours is a brilliant country. The new brand is anti-stereotypes. It is made to accurately and verifiably inform who we are and what we can do, using our voice to become aware of the good things we have as a country and show them with pride to attract tourists, talent, and investment. Ecuador shines authentically.
Okay. Well, MSMEs are the backbone of our economies that we cannot deny. In Ecuador, as in many countries, they represent the majority of the companies and they generate employment, and they are also key drivers for innovation, and not only innovation, also development of communities. However, despite their importance that we cannot deny, SMEs often face significant barriers. For example, you can say the lack of information, limited financial resources, and something that is real, which is the challenges in meeting international challenges. And basically, this is where global market integration becomes so important. First of all, like by opening the doors to international trade, MSMEs can expand their customer base, diversify risk, and also adopt new technologies. But of course, this integration does not happen on its own. It requires policies, international support, and strategic partnerships. And that's why I would like to talk about what's the role of Pro-Ecuador. In Ecuador, Pro-Ecuador, the national entity for export and investment promotion, plays a very, very critical role in this process. Allow me to share just some of the ways in which Pro-Ecuador empowers MSMEs to succeed globally. First of all, we have export promotion and market intelligence. Pro-Ecuador provides MSMEs with up-to-date information about global market trends, consumer preferences, and potential business opportunities. As everyone says, no, information is power. No? Through these detailed market studies, we also conduct sector analysis. MSMEs gain knowledge and that they need to identify the right markets for their products. Number two, we have capacity building and training. Many MSMEs are new to exporting, and therefore ProEcuador offers training programs, workshops, and personalized advisory to strengthen their capabilities in areas, for example, like marketing, certifications, and very important, compliance with foreign regulations. This helps Ecuadorian companies meet global standards and be competitive effectively. Third, we conduct trade missions and business matchmaking events, both online and offline. This is one of the most impactful tools that we have, because basically it connects our companies directly with international buyers. ProEcuador, as I was saying, organizes trade missions, business matchmaking events, and we participate globally in international fairs. These spaces are very important because they allow our companies to showcase their products, start negotiations with potential buyers, and very important, to establish long-term commercial relationships. Number four, something that we work on is digital platforms and e-commerce. In this era of digital globalization, online trade is an opportunity that no MSME should miss. ProEcuador supports Ecuadorian companies in taking advantage of e-commerce platforms and digital marketing strategies, which extend their reach far beyond what we would say traditional borders. But ProEcuador is much more than exports promotion. One of our pillars is investment attraction and value chains. So beyond exports, ProEcuador also works in the attraction of investment, foreign investment that strengthens local value chains. And number six, something that we work on with our MSMEs is tailored support for sectors. Ecuador has unique strengths. We can name a few: agriculture, aquaculture, processed food, textiles, and much more. So we at ProEcuador, we offer this tailored support to specific needs of each sector, ensuring that our MSMEs find their niche so they can thrive internationally. I find that today's forum also is very important. It's a very important opportunity to highlight the synergies between Ecuador and India. India is home of one of the most dynamic, vibrant MSMEs ecosystem in the world. And of course, the Bombay Chamber plays a central role in connecting businesses, fostering innovation, and promoting international collaboration. Ecuadorian MSMEs, particularly in the areas of agri-food products, sustainable goods, and services, can complement India's needs and consumer demands. Likewise, when talking about Indian companies, they bring world-class expertise in IT, renewable energy, pharmaceuticals, and manufacturing, which could generate very interesting partnerships, technology transfer, and why not, investment. I believe that by working together, MSMEs from both countries can generate mutual value chains, and that can be competitive in the regional level, but also globally. We at ProEcuador, we are eager to strengthen our cooperation with the Bombay Chamber to facilitate exchanges of knowledge, promote trade missions, and establish platforms where entrepreneurs from both countries can meet, can share, and also can grow together. Just as a conclusion, empowering MSMEs through global market integration is not only about selling products. It's about building bridges between countries, institutions, and most importantly, between people. When small businesses succeed internationally, they generate employment, they bring innovation, and they contribute to sustainable development goals. As Pro Ecuador, we remain committed to this mission, to opening doors, fostering synergies, and ensuring that Ecuadorian MSMEs can stand proudly in the global marketplace, side by side with Indian partners. Thank you once again to Bombay Chamber for this kind invitation, and thank you all for your attention. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that insightful presentation. Now I'd like to invite His Excellency Mr. Labane, Consul General, Consulate General of Republic of South Africa, on the stage.
Thank you. Greetings to the organizers of the MSME Conclave 2025 on Global Partnership, Smart Finance and Dispute Resolution for MSME Growth, the members of the Consular Corps, the owners of MSMEs businesses present today, ladies and gentlemen. My home country, the Republic of South Africa, has a dedicated government department responsible for nurturing fledgling businesses, which is called the Department of Small Business Development Enterprises. As we speak, South Africa is, among other things, seized with preparations for hosting G20 for the current year 2025, and as a pointer to its commitment to the cause of small and emerging business sector, the Department of Small Business Development Enterprises is championing the cause for the establishment of a G20 micro, small and medium enterprises and startup working group. Currently in the G20, the small and emerging business sector is enjoying recognition through the Startup 20 Engagement Group. South Africa believes that the Startup 20 Engagement Group is modicum and should rather be replaced by a G20 micro, small and medium enterprises. South Africa believes such a move augurs well for the sector for the following reasons. Number one, it will assist to ensure that the MSME sector is accorded specialized support to enable it to achieve the seemingly elusive feats of market access and access to capital. It will assist to ensure that SME sector is recognized as a strategic actor, not policy afterthoughts. It is because of the outlined dynamics that South Africa advocates for the establishment of a dedicated G20 SMME and Startup Working Group to be formally included in the G20 declaration this coming November. Ladies and gentlemen, the South African government believes that MSME are important, amongst others, for several reasons, such as one, the catalytic role and potential to reach the marginalized, even in township and rural areas. Number two, they are engines of inclusive growth. Three, they are anchors of community resilience, and they are incubators of innovation. Four, agility and adaptability in a world that is volatile and fast changing. Distinguished guests, international experience shows that it is micro, small and medium enterprises that are both the drivers of growth and job creation. The South Africa's National Development Plan recognizes this, suggesting that 9 million of the 11 million jobs needed by 2030 and between 60 and 80% of future economic value should come from MSMEs. In year 2022, South Africa developed the country's third iteration of MSME strategy, which was endorsed by all stakeholders at November National MNC and Cooperative Summit. The strategy frames the following priorities. Number one, to cut the red tape and improve the ease of doing business for MSMEs, to enable market access for MSMEs, provide access to finance for MSMEs, equipped entrepreneurs and MSMEs with the necessary business acumen and skills. And lastly, to build capacity and capabilities of the department to lead small enterprise support ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, whilst we must concede the underlying bright strength of SMMEs, it is equally important to remember that they are also vulnerable, especially if they are not substantially and systematically capacitated to be able to adapt to new global standards, digital technologies, and climate-smart markets. This reality places a special and distinct responsibility on business collective organizations like the SMME Forum of the Bombay Chamber of Commerce and policymakers to ensure that the SMMEs are effectively enabled through policy and targeted specific ecosystem support. Furthermore, it is common knowledge that global value chains are changing quite rapidly and trade protectionism is on the rise, thereby casting an ominous dark shadow over markets and threatens to obliterate the gains that have been made by SMMEs in the recent history, particularly in developing and least developed countries. This is a disquieting reality which countries like South Africa and India ought to consistently upfront about and collaborate continuously to find practical ways to substantively protect the SMME sector. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you that the United Nations has declared year 2025 as the International Year of Cooperatives. Promotion of this type of enterprise is crucial towards advancing an inclusive economy. As a result, South Africa, in partnership with International Trade Center, hosted the first ever Global Ministerial Conference on MSMEs in July 2025 in Johannesburg, which brought more than 60 countries together to develop solutions that can take place at grassroots level of small businesses. This ministerial took the political importance of the small business agenda to a new level to help countries navigate new business frontiers. The following were some of the conference declarations, such as the establishment of a new global SME group to enhance national effort to support small businesses, a roadmap for biennial meetings leading to global SME ministerial meeting every 2 years, a leadership dialogue for trade promotion organizations which will complement the ministerial discussions. And I have no doubt that our respective countries will play a meaningful role towards the fulfillment of this declaration. Thank you very much for the invitation. I really appreciate the effort and the opportunity to be speaking to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that thought-provoking presentation. Now I would like to invite Mr. Vicente, Economic and Commercial Counsellor, Economic and Commercial Office of Spain in Mumbai, Consulate General of Spain in Mumbai, to kindly join us on the dais.
Okay, so good evening already. Thank you so much to the Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We got the invitation a couple of months ago. I don't even hesitate to be here in one of the oldest, I think the oldest in Maharashtra. We've been talking already about the members and the history of the chamber. It's an honor to be here and explore how we can bridge connections with this very esteemed chamber, the business community in Spain, and also our embassy. I think it's a precise moment to be here. There has never been such an exchange between Spain and India as is being done now. In the business arena, we have commercial trade, business trade, which has increased 40% during the last 5 years. That gives an idea of how companies from both India and Spain are just exchanging and increasing trade between each other. But at the same time, it's not only about businesses, it's about the efforts of both governments to establish connections between them. Just last year, there was a visit, first visit of the president of the government of Spain, visited Maharashtra and Bombay. And that marked already a milestone in order to foster relations, institutional relations with Spain. There was also connection between President of the government and Prime Minister Mr. Modi in order to establish that connection and further establishing connections with both countries. And this institutional effort is going on and will be going on next year because both foreign ministers have announced a dual year between Spain and India. And this is important because we are celebrating the 17th year of economic and diplomatic relations between both countries. And that's going to encourage bilateral relations. Culture, tourism, innovation is going to be one of the scopes in which both at the institutional and business levels, there will be gatherings and possibility to connect between both communities. So I look forward to engage with the Bombay Chamber of Commerce, see how can we connect and level up those both business communities. So let me just go through very briefly through some of the things that I want to comment today. I'll try to. First thing I want to mention about the Spanish economy. You can see here that Spain, after the COVID crisis, has been an economy which has been growing very fast. Actually, it has been growing more than the average of advanced economies. It is expected to grow, to stabilize in 1.8% of GDP growth into 2026. And this is important since Spain is the fourth economy of the European Union with $1.62 trillion and a GDP per capita of 33,000 USD. This is the pattern of trade relations of Spain with the rest of the world. What I want to point out here is that Spain has a pretty diversified, as you see, exports to the rest of the world. There's not even a single sector that is the most important. You can see automotive components. You can see also chemicals, the most important being industrial machinery, food, beverage industry, etc. And the relations are especially with the European Union as well as other European countries. This pattern is also seen in export services, with the difference that in services there is a much more relation with other parts of the world, and Asia is a region which is increasing. What you would see here is that businesses, commercial services from Spanish companies are the large majority of the share of exports to the rest of the world, but also transportation is very important. And transportation is very important because Spain is a global hub for logistics with Europe, with Africa, and with Latin America. We will see afterwards that I think that this is one of the sectors in which MSMEs can connect with logistic partners in Spain to make business with the rest of the world. This is a slide showing how important is also foreign direct investment. One of the objectives of our organization is to facilitate business of Indian companies abroad, particularly in Spain. The stock of investments, it's $650 billion US dollars in Spain already, and you can see that according to Financial Times, there is a capex of 163 billion euros between 2020 and 2024, India being one of the important players doing investment in Spain, and it's been increasing in the latest years. As I was saying before, Spain is located in a strategic position to cater the European market. Spain is member, of course, of the European Union with a market of 500 million people, but there's also a historical tie-up with Latin American countries. This slide shows that in in the legislative framework, there are conventions to promote investments between both regions, in Spain and Latin American countries, as well as taxation agreements, such as Spain and India. There are such agreements also with Latin American countries. There is also a very good connection with Africa, north of Africa, and the Middle East. And finally, just to mention, which I think is very interesting, even if Spain is part of the European Union and can cater to all of these places, the Canary Islands is a very strategic location because they have a very low corporate tax in comparison to the general corporate tax. So it's a very good place to establish as a logistic platform to the rest of Europe and other parts of the world. This is what I was mentioning at the beginning. Relations have increased by 40% between 2019 and 2023. You can see all of the products that are being exported to Spain as it's pretty diversified. Also, the imports from Spain, particularly the ceramic industry, airplanes and other aircrafts are also very important in the context of bilateral investments. I'll go directly to what I think would be more interesting for SMEs in India, which are the type of financial instruments that could be grants and financial instruments that could be applied to specific industries, to specific companies in order to make business in Spain. So we have different type of programs. One is very interesting, which is Rising Up in Spain. Rising Up in Spain is a specific program for 1.5 year in Spain to startups and scale-ups companies willing to establish and expand their business model, innovative business model. In Spain, we launch every year up to 50 POS for Indian companies willing to expand market and establish themselves in Spain. For example, this is one company, Indian company, HIC, for AI solutions, which has performed really well in Spain. Innova Invest is also one program which consists of a bunch of incentives up to 800,000 euros for those companies, Indian companies as well as foreign companies, investing in Spanish companies, and the quantity of aids that businesses can have amount to 70% for small and medium-sized companies. I would mention as well one specific company, public company, which is called Cofides. And I mention it, this is particularly the co-investment fund because this applies for foreign investors in the sense that any investment which is made in the technological front in Spain and the rest of Europe gets funding from this company, Cofides, and this fund exactly in the same amount as a foreign investor coming from, for example, India. And since I don't have much time, I would very briefly mention what opportunities I think would be most interesting from the side of India going to Spain. This is a slide on the automotive sector, and I'm putting this today because I think that both Spain and India are superpowers in commercial vehicle production. We have a lot of companies here in India. Indian companies are established in Spain, so there are obvious possibilities to collaborate and make joint ventures to target the main opportunities. So, for example, electrification, electrical propulsion systems, and so on. Then, specifically, I would like to mention technology in all of the fronts. Agri-tech is one of the sectors in which Spain is putting more effort and more funds in order to attract businesses from abroad. As you see, Spain is one of the most important countries in Europe. Agri-tech is one of the most important. Healthcare, I would mention it also because Spain, as India is investing large amounts of money in research and development in the pharmaceutical industry and clinical trials. So joint ventures can happen benefiting from the synergies of both countries. And then logistics and transport. As I was saying before, Spain is one of the main logistical hubs in Europe. Basically, 75% of import-exports of Spain go to the rest of the world. And India is also investing large amounts of money in order to bring down logistic costs, is performing a great job in what is investments in ports and logistics. So There are two types of ways to collaborate. First, it would be collaboration on maritime traffic, obviously. For example, forwarders willing to establish connections in Spain to the rest of the world. And then there's what deals with the industry 4.0, so port digitalization, clean energy port ecosystems, exchange of information between port authorities could be also an avenue in order to foster and to join ecosystems between both types of companies. And sorry for just coming back and forth. I think that I mentioned quite a bunch of instruments. I think that this is a starting point for us, for the commercial consulate and as well as the Bombay Chamber of Commerce to connect, and happy to do so and have some exchange of views with your members. I think that's also going to be very valuable to understand how can we help from the point of view of the embassy. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that insightful presentation. I would like to call Director General Mr. Sandeep Khosla to please present mementos to our panelists as a token of appreciation. I would like to call Ms. Cristina, Chief Trade and Investment Officer, Republic of Ecuador. His Excellency, Mr. Labane, Consul General, Consulate General of Republic of South Africa. And Mr. Vicente, Economic and Commercial Counsellor, Economic and Commercial Office of Spain in Mumbai. A round of applause for our presenters. Thank you so much, everyone. As we reach the end of the session, I invite our Director General, Mr. Sandeep Khosla, to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Utkarsh, thank you for the wonderful moderation comparing today. I would begin by thanking each one of you to be here today with us. It's a very important event for us. And I would like to invite Mr. Vimle Jalani, DGM and Regional Head of Mumbai Metro South, to come. Thank you, sir. So, a very, very special thanks to our banking partner, Bank of Baroda, our insurance partner, the New India Assurance Company Limited. I think we'll also play a film of theirs, which Madam had requested, and our media partner, Business Standard. So all three for helping us conduct this. I'm sure this would have been very helpful. Our Consul Generals, Spain, Ecuador, and South Africa presented about the opportunities in their countries. We had a sessions on tariff, we had a sessions on mediation, and Bank of Baroda told us as to how you all can all benefit with various schemes which they have. I would also like to inform everyone that we are now tied up with Walmart Vriddhi. There's a session which we will be holding on the 8th. It's an online session. This is where you can become a partner with Flipkart and Walmart, and they will take you through the processes how you can become a vendor to Walmart. So all of you who are interested, please log into the Bombay Chamber website, where we will provide you with information as to how you can do it. anything on this, my team is here. They can guide you on that. The other thing is that the Bombay Chamber is going to take a business delegation to Cyprus from the 3rd to the 6th of December this year. Incidentally, when our Prime Minister recently went to the G7 in Canada, just before that, as you would remember, he had a stopover at Cyprus. And Bombay Chamber was the only chamber invited along with the delegation. There were just 8 members in that delegation, and Bombay Chamber was one of them. Our past president, Ms. Pinky Mehta, on the right-hand side, you can see her. She was part of the delegation. So we've also signed up a deal with the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce, and they're very keen that we take a delegation. So most of these, there are already some 8 to 10 of our members who've signed up for this delegation, where the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce is going to have almost 25 to 30 of their companies interacting with us. And these are the sectors which would be going, MSMEs at large and some of the others which are mentioned here. Program would have various industry and site visits. And in case anyone wants to be a part of the delegation, you could register, and there's a QR code here, or like, again, it is on our website, so you all could be a part of this delegation. Incidentally, Bombay Chamber last week came back from Taiwan on an agriculture visit, and Mr. Rajan Raje, our chairman for MSME, is also our chairman for agriculture, so he led the delegation along with Chetan and Rajesh, who are all sitting on the front table. Most likely in January, mid-Jan, we will be going to Egypt with another agriculture delegation. So, you know, again, if you're not a member of Bombay Chamber, please become a member. There are enough and more benefits which you get for a very, very small nominal membership fee. You know, like my colleague mentioned at the start, we do almost 120 different sort of events, right from small round tables to bigger events like these. And you could benefit from so many areas which the Bombay Chamber has to provide. A lot of services which are at no cost to our members, and you would always benefit from many of these. So thank you all once again, and please join us for lunch. And may I request to all of you to please carry your bags with you all, because in another 15 minutes we have another session which is starting on CSR, and the hotel staff would have to collect and you know, make this hall ready for the next session. So thank you all once again, and please join us for lunch. Thank you.